Basically, in a nutshell, what Rampage used to be, the old model of what Rampage used to be, is not what I'm looking for. Either A, to raid every single day. No, not looking for that. And two, to have the majority of the people just show up and do their best and then go home and come back the next day no more prepared. No, I'm not looking forward to that either. The JWI model is much more what I'm looking at. JWI, just wipe it on Turlon. Started way after us and way behind us and eventually established itself permanently ahead of us. Because, and they only raided 3 days a week. They often raided shorter raids than us. Usually raided shorter raids than us. In other words, they raided half the time we did or less. And yet they always were ahead of us once they once they got ahead of us, they caught up to us, got ahead of us, and never looked back. Why? If I could sum it up in 2 words, expectations and preparations. They had high and clear expectations of what everyone was supposed to do, and expected everyone to come fully prepared. Their expectations, the level of preparation they expected about everyone was the same. I mean, for example, right now, if we were going to try to do things according to what I think the JWI model was, I think we would expect everyone to try to show up with at least average item level of 346, which is heroic. I'm guessing all 6 of us beat that already. I haven't looked at anyone's gear. I don't know. But at least item level 346, I think we should all agree on a few expectations. Maybe that's one of them. Maybe it should be higher. Maybe you think it should be lower. I'm not the guild leader. I'm just someone making a post here. I'm one of 6 of us. And whatever the consensus of all of us is what it should be. Maybe you all think I'm full of shit and there should be no expectations. If that's the consensus, then that's the consensus. But my proposal right now is that there should be expectations, and one of them should be that. And that on every single item you have, whether it's item level 346 or not, that it should be gemmed, enchanted, with level 85 gems and chants. I honestly think it should be blue 85 gems. They're not that much. And I honestly think it should be, every single chant should be a level 85 chant. It doesn't have to be the best 85 chant, honestly, because the cost effectiveness right now is stupid. For example, to get plus 15 stats to chest is like less than 100 gold. To get plus 20 stats to chest at today's current market prices of mats is about 10,000 gold. It's just retarded. I understand that. But level 15, plus 15 stats is still a level 85 chant. There are cheap level 85 chants for every single item, and you should at least get a level 85 chant on every single item. And in my opinion, a blue quality level 85 gem in every item, where possible. Along with the belt buckles, and you should have the rep to at least get an 85 helm chant, a level 85 shoulder chant. Doesn't have to be the best pant chant, but it should be 85, not the old ones. When it comes to the actual results, the output, I think every one of us, someday soon, should get together on a remote test dummy like in Darnassus and go at a dummy for a couple minutes. All of us. And all of us except Fallion, because she's a tank and hasn't probably built much DPS. Including Fallion and Frosty and Karastraza should go at the test dummy as DPS, because both of them will be DPS sometimes. And we should have a clear expectation of what everyone should be doing. From what I've been hearing, it's at least 10k in circumstances like that, if not more. Should it be 10k for us? Should it be 11? Should it be 12? I could probably do 15. I don't know, actually. I haven't tried recently. But that's the kind of thing we should do. And if one or more of us can't beat 10k, or whatever we think the threshold should be, then we go back and fix it. But from what I understand, everyone can do at least that, if not much more. And like I said, if we should be doing the results, not just the gear, but the results of our gear should be high. The expectation should be high, because if we're not performing well, guys, we're just going to turn off people we want to recruit and not get anywhere fast. That's expectations in a way, but that's preparing your character, your avatar. But when it comes to preparing us, that's honestly the more important thing. First of all, I don't mind doing a little raid leading. But when it comes to raid leading long term, and in fact, I think starting immediately, it should be shared. Out of the 6 of us, by 6 I keep meaning Frosty, Fallion, Karastraza, Pandemonium, Utu, and myself. I know at least 4 of us have experienced raid leading and are capable of doing it. So, honestly, I think we should share it. I think how much Carrie should do it should be very limited, actually. She's in her 3rd trimester now, and she's trying to keep her blood pressure low, which has actually proved to be a bit of a challenge. And if it gets too high, it can be life-threatening to herself and or her kid. Our kid. So, I don't think she needs to be doing a lot of it, but a little bit is fine and fair right now. But I think when it comes to the rest of us, we should share it. And maybe, I take 2 bosses, and there's 3 instances right now, besides TB. And I take the first 2 in one, and someone else takes on the first 2 in another. Or someone takes the 3rd and the 4th in the one after I do, or whatever. I mean, honestly, I think it should be shared when it comes to who's raid leading. Let's say you guys want me to do the 2 bosses, and that I think Throna wins the raid in Uldum. You want me to do those 2 because Frosty and Fallion want to do the ones in Twilight Descent or Bastion, or I'm not even that familiar with the bosses yet, so I'm not gonna try naming them. Let's say those are the 2 I raid lead from the beginning, and then every time we do them after that. And by raid leading, I also post what strats I want to go with, and what my thoughts are, and who should be playing what roles. Like, even if I just post tank spots, when it comes to who's doing what roles and what, pointers and ideas I have on, thoughts I have on their post, I post that on our website, and I expect the other 5 people to all look at it, share their ideas, and do all that before we get there. In all honesty, it's stuff like that kind of preparation of you personally, besides preparing your computer to make sure it's completely capable, besides preparing yourself to make sure you have absolutely no distractions. Okay, let's just say as little distractions as possible for that raid. And it's that sort of being prepared and setting your expectations for yourself and each other high that let a guild like Just Wipe It do far better than Rampage ever did in less than half the time, and allowed those guys to also have real lives, which, to be blunt, most of the people in Rampage didn't. And I would like to have a happy, functional real life and still be able to sit down a few nights a week and enjoy raiding and gaming with my friends in this virtual world.